Hi, welcome to Jally Talk. After a very long time this summer, and we're coming with new videos. This video we're going to talk about laser cleaning tips, and I want to introduce you Mr. Zhang from our workshop. And I believe that many people visit us has met him because he's the operator to test every machine and to make all the parameters the table in the machine that delivered to you. So he's one of the experts that knowing every parameters in our machines. In the last videos that I talk a lot about the frequency, about a reduction, the power and things, very theoretical thing, and with a lot of paragraphs and drawings. And many people meet me in the show in FabTech, or they will ask if I'm the engineer or I'm really very theoretical thing. Frankly speaking, I'm not an engineer, but every time I write the article or the paragraph of the topic, and my engineers, my R&D people will help me with the content. And I'll read the content and I'll remember it and explain to you. But all the last series of videos are going too theoretical. So this time I invite Mr. Zhang to help me with the content, all the tips, the very realistic or very helpful things that simply teach you how to use a laser cleaner to clean all kinds of materials. And my favorite part is that when everybody visits us in our workshop, and some of them will make a competition with him, and you will each one operate the machine and you will compete on making the test in different kinds of materials. And that's very, he's very professional, but he's not the best of the world. Sometimes, like Kelvin or some people, they visit us and they win out with their parameters. We also learn from them and from you. So I hope that many of you will visit us in Wuhan and in our workshop, and you can make competition with him. Before making the test on different kinds of materials today, and I'm going to simply repeat what laser cleaning is. It's using laser power absorbed by the dirt or the surface of the material, and just to precisely take off the dirt without water, chemical, or other things. So it's very clean and it's very environmental friendly. It's like a brush, only take off the dirt and the things that you don't want, but protect the base material. So simply we choose the parameter depends on the laser power, the frequency, the scaling speed, and the scaling width, and also the patterns, the beam shapes, and then to achieve that the effects that you want. So now I will let Mr. Zhang to operate and to show how to clean all different kinds of materials. So first we will start from wood. The most fragile material to be cleaned with laser, but it's very popular. A lot of people want to use laser to do this, to refurbish their furniture or to refurbish their house. So for wood, the first, because it's very fragile, if too much power, it goes like overburned, like this. A little bit overburned, too much power on the surface. Then we will switch another beam shape. So the tips for cleaning wood is first, never put the power too high. Today we're using 300 watt laser to do the test. And normally we suggest you start from the 50% of the power of the machine, and you start from the lower power to the maximum to get the speed. And second, you need to do with the exact focal length to put the focus on the surface of the wood. You can use the red dot to make sure that you put the focus on the surface. Like this, when the two dots overlapping, and you get the focus on the surface. So the hand must be very stable because wood is very fragile. If you go out of focus, you probably don't have enough power, or if you stay there too long, you probably get too much power on that. So the hand and the movement need to be really smooth and stable. And third, normally we don't put too much high frequency. And this is something puzzling me for a long time, because theoretically you go very high frequency, then you got less millijoules per pulse. But this is only theoretical. Normally we don't use too much, because too high frequency means that you have a lot of dots, many bullets in 1 second. So you got overlapping of the beam on the surface and easily to burn the wood. So normally you use the parameters saved in our machine table and it's relatively medium or low frequency. Now we're using 135 kilohertz. And the last point, we used the round shape, which Mr. Zhang said is the best one for cleaning wood, and I proved also when I was operating the machine with Michael, and we find out that the round one is the most suitable, get the perfect effects with wood. Please show us. This shape shows very gentle effect, and he has a very stable hand, and the movement is very smooth, so you never move too slow or too fast. You get equal effects on the surface, and now it's cleaning very good. And this shape is the best one for wood cleaning. Now it's taking off almost all the paint, and the color of the wood came out. Perfect cleaning. So in the end, make a conclusion is that the focus must be right. You need to put the focus on the surface of the wood, and the hand must be very stable. And the speed, the way you move, and you never go out of focus, and you control the speed, and you do it many times. With very gentle parameters, you do it more times, it's safe for the wood. And the last is the shape. We have 11 shapes, beam shapes in our database, but the round one is the best for wood. So now we start with the rust removal, because rust removal cleaning is also a very common scenario for laser cleaners. And today we're going to show two examples. First is the stainless steel with a very thin rust, which is just rusted, or it's a precise part you want to protect the part. And this is a heavy rust on my seal. So it's like a big part, and you're not so care about distortion or heat things, so you just to take off, want to get clean. So let's see how to do, how to choose the parameters for the thin and thick rust, please.
这些
For the very thin rust, normally you start with medium or low power. With many times you try it many times back and forth, so to protect the base material. He's trying to show that if you put too much power on that, you not only take off the rust but also burned, oxidated the base material. So too much power. So let's do it again. He changed a beam shape, and the round one is very gentle, always very equal. The laser beam dots on the surface always very equal, and this shows very good. No black and the shapes, and it's very clean. So now we start with the heavy rust. For heavy rust, you need to go high power. If the power not enough, you don't get good effect. You don't take the rust away.
它看起来折有。
Seems okay, but he can do better. Let's switch another parameter to make better. There are some rust haven't been taken off, and I think he can do better. So we will make you comparison of two set of parameters that how he changed.
对比一样。开始。
Mr. Zhang's favorite shape is the rock one. 好不好？
可以吗？
So these two, so for the heavy rust, you need high power and many times. And for slightly rust, you start from low power and very gentle parameters. You start from low power, gentle way to scan. And if it's just big piece of metal, you use the maximum power and the best power of the machine to take off the rust, vaporize the rust in a second. So now we're going to test the oil and paint, which is also very common applications of laser cleaning. And for oil cleaning, it's very easy to get burned with fire. So we suggest you to use a cloth to clean it before using laser to work on. Try to avoid the oil will absorb the laser power and get fired. So after cleaning with the cloth, and you start with low power, what kind of parameters are okay? Oil is very easy to be taken off with laser because it's high absorption for laser power, and just to scan it fast because oil always very thin. For paint, it's another story. Depends on it's a thick, heavy paint or it's a very thin paint. Normally you use high power, full power and it's also important to do with many layers. So you don't try to take off the paint in one time, because if you put too much power on that and you make distortion, the heat on it, because for paint it's always on sheets or things, you make distortion. So normally we do many layers, we scan many times. Normally you start paint because before painting they put on the base attachment for the paint. So it's not easy to take off. You go with high power and you scan many times. If you discover it's a very thick paint and you lower the power, normally our standard parameters in our machine is okay, but if you think you need a minor adjust, and you can adjust from there. Let's make the test. And normally we do the test on a small area that you guarantee that you can make it perfect instead of going directly on main clean.
这是不好的。
So 这个是什么？功率不够吗？
不好的，这就是
单次功率太焦点不对吗？
也是和图形有关系。
So this is it's a wrong parameter. So you see that the paint haven't been taken off and it's a little bit overburned on two sides. So the wave, the shape is not very suitable for this.
我们有两个二维，我现在是用的是另一种，然后。
So he will switch parameter and do it again. He changed the scanning speed and also the shapes. It's all waves, but we have two different kind shapes of waves. So this one obviously working better. The paint have been cleaned, and you see that he cleaned many times, many layers, and the base shows very good and it's not so hot. So now the next we're going to clean the bricks and the stones, which is very normal also as the graffiti. You need to clean on the walls, on the floors. For this it's very easy because this kind of material is very heat taken, not afraid of heat. So it means that you can go with high power to take it very easily, just use the power to go. But also we suggest you to test from a small area with slightly more layers so you can be more safe to get the perfect parameter. Let's go. So normally our suggestion is that you make a good cleaning speed. You don't stay in one area too long and make a good effect. If you stay in one area too much, then you probably burn the material. So the very important thing is to guarantee the cleaning speed. Like this one, he stayed here too long, so moving too slow, so we get overburning of the stone. Even the stone is very good for heat, but still it's get overburned. So our suggestion is that you adjust the speed and you don't stay one area too much. You go quicker. For the long metal materials, you can test more shapes because it has many cracks inside. With different shapes, you probably find the perfect one to go, somewhere higher, somewhere lower, for these intricate shapes. So again, Mr. Zhang's favorite is the round one. And it's very good. It's perfect. It's taking off everything in a holes. And after this video, my favorite shape is also the round one too. But he said the waves goes faster on rust removal. So after making all the tests, we try to bring you real cases that how to use different parameters to clean and all the tips that you need to pay attention on different material. And also Mr. Zhang has made a data sheet for you with all the tips, not only the parameters, but for paint, wood, rust, stones, and all the tips that we have been mentioned in a video. So in general, the tips are like the first, you need to recognize the material. So every time if you go to a customer or if someone bring you a sample, you need to clean. First, you judge what kind of material it is. It's wood, it's metal, it's rust, it's a paint. So you need to make clear what kind of material. And second, you need to start from a small area. Never go a big piece or a big area. Then probably you choose the wrong parameter, you probably ruin the thing. So you start with a similar material or use from a color with a very small area. And third, try to do many layers many times to do it gentle, so to protect the base material or to be safe. Never go just arrive there and you use the maximum power and probably you destroy something. So this is the third. So with all these tips, we hope that you can provide better cleaning service and you can use your machine to ultimate effects. So this is for today. If you have any questions or puzzles or you want to get a data sheet in our last video, you can write email to me or WhatsApp me. And please subscribe our channel, stay tuned with us. Next episode will coming up, Mr. Zhang will help me with the tips on using CW machines to do laser cleaning. Stay tuned, bye.